Coming up next on Behind the Badge, police officers and dispatchers are receiving crisis intervention team training to better interact with people with mental illness. K-9 teams from across the Southeast are brushing up on their search and rescue skills. Plus, if your home or business alarm goes off, you can now expect faster response times from police. Behind the Badge starts right now. Hello everyone, I'm Larry Flowers, and welcome to another edition of Behind the Badge, an inside look at news and newsmakers of the Murfreesboro Police Department. The Murfreesboro Police Department and other law enforcement agencies are working to better understand how to help people with mental health issues. In October, MPD partnered with the National Alliance on Mental Illness, or NAMI, and hosted a 40-hour crisis intervention team training class that prepares police officers and dispatchers with the training they need to help those in crisis.
I'm not talking to you. He'll take you to jail.
Is that scooter in your hand?
It is as real as it gets, a situation that officers face every single day.
We find that that's easier. It makes more sense for the officers in training to let them know that this is what's going to happen, and this is what does happen on a daily basis.
Calls that's more suited for social workers.
Okay, take him to jail. I'm not talking to you right now.
Can we step away from him for just a moment?
Dealing with people with mental illness.
It really is a chemical imbalance. So when you're dealing with what the law enforcement may see, it may see someone that's diagnosed with schizophrenia, may see somebody diagnosed with bipolar disorder, same thing with major depression. They're chemical imbalances. That's why the medication helps.
In the CIT training class at MPD headquarters, officers are role-playing.
Right there in the blue. Okay. I'm not talking to you right now. What's his name? He's right there in the blue.
Based on real-life situations officers have faced in the field.
By offering them more tools and kind of giving them and increasing their confidence in dealing with the mentally ill, it's just going to be safety for the officer, and it's going to be safe for my consumer.
They learn how to safely de-escalate mental health situations when someone is experiencing a mental episode. This 40-hour training class is for officers and dispatchers.
Through CIT, what we do is we want to give the law enforcement resources, but we also want them to know that they're not in this alone, that there are other people out here, and so we come together.
So far, around 60 MPD officers and dispatchers have volunteered to be CIT trained.
It means that the department recognizes the importance of CIT in this specialized training, because they recognize that they deal with mental health calls on a daily basis. And why not give their officers the tools to keep them safe, as well as that consumer?
MPD was recently awarded the NAMI Cochran Criminal Justice Award. Police Chief Michael Bowen accepted on behalf of the department.
It conveys that we really are here for you and care about you. That's what our job is, to protect and serve. And this is one absolutely fantastic way that we prove that.
Murfreesboro Police began its CIT training classes in 2010. The program began at the Memphis Police Department in 1987. Four-legged officers are just as important to police forces as regular officers. K-9 cops with their keen sense of smell are trained to track down criminals, lost kids, and adults. Also, sniff out drugs and explosives. Back in October, K-9s from several states trained in Murfreesboro as part of the National Narcotic Detector Dog Association. Don't be fooled by Murfreesboro Police Department's K-9 G-Man, his wet nose and floppy ears. Dogs like these are born to protect and serve.
We work in this type of environment on a daily basis, so to be able to train through urban areas like this, it's very important for the dogs to be able to do it on the street.
On this day in October, MPD K-9 officer Angela Alexander and G-Man are trying to sniff out danger. In this case, a fellow officer playing the role of a bad guy. This is part of the National Narcotic Detector Dog Association training held in Murfreesboro.
We're doing what is called scent discrimination. that is where you're giving a dog an assigned scent, and he is attempting to locate that specific person and being able to work through highly contaminated areas. And when I say contaminated, a lot of other foot traffic, a lot of other odor.
Even with the wind blowing the would-be guy's scent around, it didn't take long for G-Man to find him.
Police canines are very important in law enforcement. And basically, it's not just finding the bad guys that run away, but it's finding the lost and missing people and helping families. And that's the most important thing for us.
All in a day's work, but instead of being rewarded with a ball or toy, G-Man prefers baked garlic chicken. 16 canine teams from across Tennessee, Alabama, Arkansas, and Texas are brushing up on their man-trailing and tracking skills.
With tracking, which is you see a lot of your patrol dogs, dual-purpose dogs, is referred to as a hunt, scent, track. You just have a direction of travel. A lot of times you'll have something, say an armed robbery happened, and a witness will say, well, I saw him go in a particular direction. And you'll take that type of dog out and try to cross that person's track and start from there. You don't have a specific scent article for that dog to start on. A scent discrimination dog, which is a lot of your bloodhounds, generally are scent discrimination, and that is where you have a scent article from that particular person, i.e. a lost child. You'll get an article of clothing or something that they have touched, and you'll scent that dog with that particular article, and that dog goes and attempts to find that specific odor and then follow their trail, of course, to that person.
Canines are playing a critical role in public safety. 5 of the canine teams received NNDDA certifications. Without the donations to NNDDA from the sponsors on your screen, this training would not have been possible. When an alarm is activated at your home or business, you want the assurance that help is on the way. Murfreesboro becomes the 7th emergency communications center in Tennessee to reduce processing and response times for home and business alarm-related calls. The ASAP program went live on October 29th. The ASAP to PSAP, or Public Safety Answering Point, is an electronic method of delivering alarm information from alarm monitoring companies directly to the Murfreesboro Emergency Communications Center via computer-to-computer communication.
Our goal for implementing the ASAP program was to improve the speed and accuracy of alarm information being relayed to our 911 emergency dispatchers. This new electronic means of receiving this information has already improved our dispatching times for monitored alarms for the city of Murfreesboro. In addition, it provides an electronic bi-directional means of electronic messaging between alarm monitoring operators and our 911 emergency dispatchers. This further improves the efficiency of the response because it alleviates multiple phone calls between our emergency dispatch center and the alarm monitoring companies that participate in the ASAP program.
Murfreesboro is the 78th emergency communications center in the U.S. to implement the ASAP program to improve response times for police, fire, and medical responders. Before we go, we want to give a few shout-outs. A special shout-out to MPD officer Casey Fittler for making a little boy's day. The boy saw the MPD officer at a traffic light on South Church Street and yelled hello. Officer Fittler got out of his patrol car and gave him a junior officer sticker badge.
The police gave me this. Aren't you really surprised? I said hello out the window really loud. He said hi, and he's like, wait. And he got out of his car and gave me this.
What are you now?
I'm a Murfreesboro Police Junior Officer.
A shout out to Officer Wesley Cantrell, who helped an elderly citizen change a flat tire. Speaking of flat tires, another shout out to Officer Ben Leibach, who also assisted a citizen in changing a flat tire in the rain.
I would like to personally thank the Murfreesboro Police Department and the Fire Department. Y'all are getting rough coverage regarding the police, but I would like to personally stop to thank you for taking time to go far and beyond to help us and my daughter regardless of the weather, You did things that you didn't have to do, and I really am thankful. Thank you for your service and your protection and for all you do for us.
Yeah, you guys did a good job. I was stuck last night. I was having a problem. Where I'm from, police go past us when we're on the side of the road. They won't stop and they won't help. But since I've been in Murfreesboro, you guys have went above and beyond to show that y'all actually care for the citizens. I don't remember the police that did it last night, but I know he worked. The guy at the tattoo shop does his tattoos, and he went above and beyond by calling him and letting him know, hey, my car is on this property. Please don't have the lady car towed. So I just want to thank you guys for being helpful like you are.
And the fire department.
And the fire department.
Y'all were awesome, thanks.
And a final special shout out to MPD Detective Cody Thomas for being named the Noon Exchange Club of Murfreesboro Officer of the Year. Thomas was presented the award at the Exchange Club's 2020 Crime Prevention Banquet held at Through the Grapevine on November 18. Remember, we're here to serve and protect you. If you have any questions on the services the Murfreesboro Police Department offers, please give us a call at 615-849-2MPD. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time as we go behind the badge.